Researchers indicate that 75% of the thoughts we think are negative, and 85% of the things that we worry about never even come to fruition. So much so that 1 in 4 adults experience daily anger. Today on In the Mix, let's have a candid and courageous conversation about why all anger isn't bad and why it's not all good either. Yeah, we're talking about the danger of anger, how to get control of what's out of control. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Good people, how you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Family, getting ready to have a courageous conversation of illumination. Yes, we are. Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video, family. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, hit the subscribe button as well. And of course, as we have this conversation of illumination, you know what we got to do. We got to light it up. Come on, family, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, let's light it all the way up. 100 watts, because we're going to keep it all the way 100. Turn the lights all the way on. Yeah, we too lit to quit. We're going to stay lit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. Let's spotlight, let's highlight this topic today. And maybe it's a tough topic. Gonna have a candid and courageous conversation about the danger of anger, how to get control of what's out of control. Ooh. Oh, yes, y'all. Family, if you're ready, just type ready. Type ready. If you're ready, type ready. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting that anger is just one letter away and even one action away from danger? One letter away from danger, one action away from danger. You can do something permanent in a temporary situation. Oh, we're going to talk about it today on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. And here's the thing, while some things are out of our control, we do have the power to control and improve our emotional regulation. We have the power to control and even manage negativity, especially anger. Yeah, your blood will stop boiling if you manage anger. You'll stop giving people a piece of your mind, but to only be left with just a piece of your mind, but no peace of mind, simply because you're angry. He said, I'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on me. You stop tripping. You stop going loco. You stop thinking that the world revolves all the way around you if you can control you. Family, just type get control. Get control. And I'm talking about, when I say get control, I'm not talking about controlling other people. That's the problem. You want to treat people like a wind-up toy. You want to try to manipulate people. No. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you controlling you. You don't have no control over nobody else. But you do have control over yourself. No matter how much irritation, no matter how much frustration that you feel, anger management is needed. Anger management is about emotional regulation. Anger management is one of the highest forms of emotional regulation. And yeah, emotional intelligence. We got to have the certain strategy, structure, solutions, and systems to lower our stress level, to maintain a positive outlook, to not be all the way up here and da-da-da-da and this, that, the other. Da-da-da-da. Chill out. Relax. What you so incensed and enraged about? Get control. Understand this. Learning healthy ways to control your anger is going to positively impact your wellness. It's going to positively impact how you feel about you. It's going to positively impact your relationships. Why can't you keep healthy and productive relationships? Why is that people always leave your life? Why is that people always have to wash themselves of you, wash their hands of you? What is it that you are not seeing about yourself that everybody sees about you, but you still remain blind to? How is it that you talk to people? Why do you fly off the handle? Why do you do permanent things in temporary situations? Let's talk about that role. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about the role that anger plays in your life. Because here's the thing. During the pandemic and even post-pandemic, the Gallup poll found that negative feelings have increased. Let me say this again. Negative feelings have increased. Negative feelings have increased. Not just across your city, not just across your town, not just across your community, not just across the street, not just across your nation, but across the entire world. And it's been happening for nearly a decade. Pre-pandemic, and it's shown up going on post-pandemic. Research indicates that 75% of the thoughts that we think each and every single day are negative. 85% of the thoughts that we have and 85% of the things that we worry about never even come to fruition. Isn't it interesting? Things that you're worrying about, things that you bite your nails about, things that you're staying up all night long. Yeah, you having a Lionel Richie moment. We're worrying all night long about something that's never going to come to fruition. It's not going to happen anyway. So much so that 1 in 4 adults experience daily anger. I want to talk about it. Yep, we're going to talk about in depth that why all anger isn't bad, but also why it's not all good either. Because James Baldwin says this, one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, one of the greatest writers of all time, one of the preeminent writers of the Harlem Renaissance, said this: to be black in America and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time. To be living in these yet to be United States of America. When you think about a George Floyd, when you think about a Sonia Massey, when you think about an Ahmaud Arbery, when you think about an Eric Garner, when you think about the brothers and the sisters even in your own community, when you think about police brutality, when you think about those who are vulnerably housed, when you think about the fact that there is not an anti-black hate crime bill. Hello, somebody. Yeah, there's not an anti-hate black crime bill. When you think about all of these things, when you think about diplomatic immunity, when you think about minimum wage, but it's not a living wage, it's enough to make you angry. When you think about how black and brown brothers and sisters, black and Hispanic brothers and sisters are disproportionately warehoused in prisons, where America makes up 95% of the world's prison population. And in many cases, when you think about how they are jailed on nonviolent offenses, or for crimes that they did not commit. When you think about the school to prison pipeline, the preschool to prison pipeline, it is enough to make you angry. To be black in America and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all the time. So here's what it is. There's righteous indignation throughout the streets in the nation. And here's what we have to do. In the midst of our anger, we have to shift from anger to action. We only shift from anger to action by keeping our emotions in check. Family, just type check your emotions. Check your emotions. Check your emotions like a Nike sign. Just do it. Check your emotions. Because anger can affect your life. Anger's impact on your life depends on how well you can control it. How well you will control it, because you can control it. You just have to have the wherewithal to control it. If you tend to get angry, if you tend to lash out, if you tend to yell at loved ones or colleagues or those who you consider to be close to you, anger will strain your relationships. It'll harm your social, it'll also harm your emotional and your mental health. But here's what you got to be willing to do. You got to be willing to, come on, family, just do that with me. Yeah, you got to be willing to take some deep breaths. Life is deep. But you got to be willing to take some deep breaths. You got to breathe and believe. I know you've been waiting to exhale. Yeah, as if it's Whitney Houston and Leela Rashawn in a movie together. I know you've been waiting to exhale, but I need you to breathe and believe. Come on, family, just type that. Breathe and believe. Breathe and believe. If you're able to take a few deep breaths, if you're able to calm yourself down, if you're able to communicate your frustrations proactively, pragmatically, respectfully, anger will help you improve your emotional intelligence. Getting control of your anger will help you to do that. It'll move you into a place of self-awareness. It'll move you into a place of relational intelligence, of emotional intelligence. Because here's what anger is. Anger is a stress response. It's a stress response so much so that it can move you to fight or flight. It can even harm you physically. It can bring about damage to your physical health. That anger can begin to create an abscess of bitterness. Bitterness and arthritis are interconnected. Yeah. Bitterness connected to arthritis. A few other aspects of bitterness is what it's connected to. A few aspects of high blood pressure is also connected to that as well. When something triggers your anger, brain aneurysms, think about that as well. Your body floods with cortisol, adrenaline rush, activating that fight or flight response, preparing for conflict. And you need to understand this, that the weapons of your warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. And a lot of times we're angry at people and we don't even know why. We're angry and we don't even know why. We're projecting our anger of how we're feeling internally and our frustration onto other people because of what we're dealing with, our traumatic issues. And other people now trigger us to move into that triggered response. You're in a place of triggers and trauma, TNT, instead of truth and transformation. Constantly frustrated, constantly irritated means that you have an increase of these hormones that are in your body, which now leads to high blood pressure, now leads to cardiovascular disease, now leads to what I was talking about, arthritic condition. We have to combat all of that by getting control of our anger. Family, just type control your anger. Control your anger. We're talking about it right now. Yes, we are. The danger of anger. How to get control of what's out of control. Family, I want you to drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. We talk about some real tough topics right here, up in here, up in here. A lot of people don't want to address the whole aspect of anger. It is a normal human reaction. But will I live reactively or will I live responsively? Will I have a knee-jerk reaction or will I take control of my own actions? Family, drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. We're having a super conversation. We see all these comments in here. Yeah, these colorful comments simply because we have people like you who have partnered with us. And I want you to partner with us. Go ahead and secure a badge. VIP Royalty OQP. The link is in the chat. Links in the description of this video. Tap the join button. Your support helps our channel to grow, helps us to broaden our reach, helps us to broaden our broadcast. Yes, it does. Helps us to secure equipment that is going to make this show, what I love to say, bigger, better, brighter. And you can help us to do that by becoming an In the Mix partner. Won't you do that? Won't you do that? Won't you help us? I'm so glad you will. Thank you so much for all of our supporters who already have, and for you who will. Go ahead and secure a badge right now. And my give to you is to give you access to our Connor's Corner content. Yeah, behind the scenes coverage footage, high prime, empowering, impactful talks of what it is that I do. That's not on my social media. It's not right here. It's only in members only. Membership has its privileges. The anger and the danger. We're talking about it. We're tackling it. Because not only does anger produce many of these aspects of, yes, brain aneurysms, it can. High cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, coronary heart disease, heart attack, Lord have mercy, stroke. And here's the thing. So many people are experiencing, yes, strokes, heart attacks, because their heart is under attack. They've got so much pressure. They're dealing with headaches and heartache. And so as a result of it, it becomes psychosomatic. What goes on in here affects everything. Not just exterior, but interior. Not just externally, but internally. And you have to understand this. Your health is your wealth. You got to be focused on your health and your wellness. And anger management is one of those main things. When you go to the doctor, a lot of times they're going to do an inductive, analysis on you and really check you and really try to see what you're eating. And they got a checklist. A lot of times they're going to ask you about depression. They're going to ask you about anxiety. They're going to ask you about anger management. And for many of us, we go into the doctor and we lying to the doctor. Your blood was just boiling before you walked into the doctor's office. Oh, yeah, everything is good. Yeah. Knowing you just lying. Knowing you haven't managed your anger. Knowing you don't have any strategies in place. Oh, but we going to get them in place today. Because a lot of times that unaddressed anger leads to unhealthy habits. It leads to addictions. It leads to excessive alcohol consumption. It leads to substance abuse. It leads to even the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Yeah, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. Come on, family, type your health is your wealth. Type my health is my wealth. Yeah, I want you to make it personal. Type my health is my wealth. Why? Because even scripture says to be angry and sin not. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath. Give no place. Give no opportunity to the devil. Be angry and sin not. Interesting. I thought all anger was bad. No, it's not bad. All anger is not bad. Uncontrolled anger is bad. Because here's the thing. When you look out at what's going on in your world, in this world, if you haven't been living under a rock, it ought to make you angry when you're walking down the street. Or when you're driving past the corner and you're making a right or you're making a left, and you recognize that you see one of those homeless brothers or sisters out there, especially our homeless brothers. 75% of those who are homeless have fought in the war, have fought in the military, have served this country, but this country didn't serve them. No veterans assistance. People are dealing with mental challenges. Their mental health is affected. When you look at dilapidated housing in school, it ought to make you angry, and it ought to promote you to move from anger to action. But even if I do find myself in a place of being angry with somebody and I lash out, this is what I got to do. I got to apologize. I can't let the sun go down on my wrath. I've got to ask for forgiveness. Because the abscess of bitterness is a lack of forgiveness. Anger, lack of forgiveness. Come on, family, type forgive to live. Type forgive to live. I feel like I'm already giving you some anger management strategies, but I'm coming back with some serious anger management strategies. We're going to take a quick break, but you're not going to break. I don't want you to touch that dial. Smile. Yeah. Smile a little bit more. Yeah, turn that frown upside down. Wear your crown and turn that frown upside down. Got a special message in the midst of the special message. Once you stick and stay, more is on the way. After these messages, I'll be right back. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Oh, I needed that deep breath for sure. We're talking about the danger of anger. Yeah, the danger of anger. How to get control of what's out of control. Family, if you're not a member of our Eagles community, you can join us for as low as $24.99. Yeah, you just heard the prompt. I want you to join our Eagles community. We're going to another level. This is a never before ever taken place opportunity for you. And we're looking to add 30 more. We're looking to add 30 more members to our Eagles community. We've got a grace for growth, and we want to grow your greatness. I want you to join us. All you have to do is go to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the Join Now button. Fill out the form to be transformed. Soar with us into greater success and purpose. You better take advantage of this opportunity right now, because after we hit 30, price is going up. I'm telling you that right now. For all of those who are coming in after the 30, go ahead, be one of them. Join us right now. We're talking about the danger of anger, how to get control of what's out of control. And here's the thing. Uncontrolled anger can overwhelm your system. It can overwhelm your nervous system. You say stuff like, you get on my last nerve. And now you're so surprised that you're down to your last nerve. You're talking about they make you sick. And you over here coughing and sneezing and wheezing and hacking. Your words create your world. What you speak into the atmosphere will appear. Your future or your funeral is on the tip of your tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. You will see what you say. And so it's overwhelming your nervous system, your central nervous system. You're impacted physically, socially. Your mental health is impacted. And now you have to learn how to manage your anger. And managing your anger doesn't mean you won't feel angry anymore. Are you hearing me? Managing your anger doesn't mean you won't get triggered ever again. It just means that when you feel angry, you will know how to manage the emotion and you'll know how to neutralize the negative effects of it. You have to manage your emotions and not allow emotions and anger to manage you. So what do I do? What I need to do? Sometimes I need to channel that negative energy in exercise. Sometimes I need to pound out some push-ups. Sometimes I need to take the time to calm myself before trying to communicate with the mitigated consequences and deal with the consequences of unchecked anger. Sometimes I need to go for a walk. Sometimes I need to listen to some soothing music. Sometimes I just need to pray. I need to read my word. I need to give it over to God. I need to cast my cares on him because he cares for me. My hands are too small to handle it. God's hands are big enough to deal with it. Here's what you need to understand. Anger is a natural emotion. Anger is a normal emotion. Really is. Anyone can benefit from anger management. Some of us, we need counseling. We need therapy. We need anger management sessions. We need anger management strategies. We all can use them. Because anger isn't something that you should necessarily just feel ashamed of experiencing. It's a universal emotion. Could make an appearance at work. Could make an appearance on your vacation. Could make an appearance on your commute back to your home. It could be in the place to where you are in the heat of a moment. To where you even express anger without thinking about it. Lord knows one of my most angriest times is when a guy walked up to me in the convenience store. He inconvenienced me and he knew about my battle with cancer, stage 4 cancer at that. Walked up to me and said, "I thought you died." Family, those are fighting words. Lord knows I had a history of fighting in school. I got triggered. And here's the thing. And even if you don't know how to fight, you're going to fight that day. My blood was boiling. I probably have never been that angry ever since in my life. Oh, I was ready to go from 0 to 100 real quick. It was going to be a brawl up in there. And I tell you, as angry as I wasn't losing. I was getting ready to have a Will Smith, Chris Rock moment, and I guarantee you I wasn't going to be Chris. Here's what I did as my fist clenched. I don't know if you've ever been so angry that you were fearful for the other person. Now that's some serious anger right there. I'm scared for what I'm going to do to you. Woo! But here's what I did. I didn't even know about emotional intelligence. That wasn't in my vernacular. That wasn't in my lexicon. That wasn't in my vocabulary. I wasn't intoxicated with the exuberance of my intellectual verbosity as I am now. To be able to move into that level of linguistic communication. I didn't know what emotional intelligence was, but I sure exercised it that day. Something came over me. It had to be the Holy Ghost. Because I was feeling like I was about to turn that brother into a ghost. Something came over me. I released my fist. I managed my anger. I said, As you can clearly see, I'm still here. And I walked away. Are you willing to walk away and maintain your identity and your dignity? No matter how much the situation embroils you and enrages you, are you willing to walk away and not retaliate? And understand, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. Anger management techniques helps you to control your anger, because now you're making an investment in your physical health. You're making an investment in your mental health. Helps you to exercise your anger in a healthy way. Maybe you got to enroll in a kickboxing class. Better for you to do a kickboxing class than to kick somebody else, box somebody else, and you're not in a ring. Helps you to express your anger in a healthy way. Remember, anger is a normal feeling, but acting on the anger is not normal. No matter how much we have normalized it. Acting out of rage is not normal. No matter how much we want to normalize it in movies, no matter how much we want to normalize it on World Star, on the Shade Room. What's normal is you saying, all right, I internalize this. Just because I feel this doesn't mean I have to act on it. I'm going to move into a place of control. Number one, I want you to write this down. Anger helps you identify the source. Family, just type identify the source. Anger management helps you to identify the source of your anger. I've got to have good anger management skills. Anger management causes you to reflect on where the anger comes from. What's the root of it? Why am I projecting? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I triggered? I have to ask those questions. What does that mean? I got to be metacognitive. I got to think about what I'm thinking about. Why? It moves me into a place of emotional intelligence, moves me into a place of self-awareness. It gives me insight into the warning signs that oftentimes we ignore. What is your anger coming from? Is your anger coming from a level of miscommunication? Is it coming from the phone call that you had? Is it coming from the fact that it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go? Is it coming from the fact that you had a disagreement? Is it coming from the fact that you're ruminating and you're thinking about things that happened in your childhood or with your ex? You got triggered because you saw something, because you watched something, because you listened to something, because you heard something. I need to identify the source. I need to identify the source. Number two, good anger management skills. Talking about number two, type control your feelings. Anger management skills. I told you number one, identify the source of your anger. Number two, here's what you have to do. You have to control your feelings. You have to aim to control your feelings, not suppress them. Controlling your feelings doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. Because suppressing your anger is going to cause it to manifest in a different way. Suppressing your anger is going to cause it to be bottled up. And it's like boiling spaghetti with the top on the whole time. Steam going to have to come out. The lid may pop off. You may be popping off. Right? Because you have suppressed it to where now physical symptoms begin to metastasize. Your behavioral effects are now disjointed. You have an increased irritability. And it's not because you didn't have a Snickers, because, you know, when you're not hungry, or as they say, you're hangry. No, you got irritability because of other reasons. When you're just suppressing your feelings, now you have reduced empathy. Now you have an even shorter temper. Woo! Mm-mm-mm. Family, just type temper your temper. Temper your temper. Control your temper. Here's what I have to do. Here's what I have to do. No matter how bad it is, no matter how bad it feels, I have to learn how to sit with my feelings. Why? Because emotional regulation is what matters. There's no emotional intelligence without emotional regulation. Can you allow yourself to feel angry without projecting it on somebody else? Can you allow yourself to feel angry? See what it is that is causing the anger, why it is that you were triggered, and then now express those emotions in a healthy manner. Can you express your emotions in a healthy manner, in the midst of a heated moment? Can I be healthy in the midst of a heated moment? That's a healthy mindset. A healthy mindset will cause you and show you and empower you to express words the right way, even in the midst of a heated moment. Number 3, anger management empowers you to improve your relationships. Family, type improve your relationships. Improve, improve, improve. When you know how to control your anger, when you know how to express it properly, here's what you see. Here's what you notice. You now notice the positive impact on your relationships. You'll be able to problem solve in a healthy way. Here's what you won't be. You won't be a problem causer. You'll be a problem solver. Situations will move a lot smoother. You'll get better at communicating your thoughts and your feelings. Why? Because you've done the self-management internally. Here's your problem. You're trying to manage people rather than you managing the person that you see in the mirror. Listen, it's about self-management. It's about self-mastery. It's about mindset mastery. It's about you dealing with the emotional snipers. You managing the limited beliefs and the scarcity mindset and the vision snipers. You dealing with the emotional squatters that are just resting in your mind and you haven't done anything about it. Anger management. Next one. Type this: live in the present. Live in the present. Anger management helps you to live in the present. And for many of us, that's an issue for us. Because your mind is nothing but a filing cabinet. Oh, I remember when you did this on such and such a day at such and such a time. Yep, I just got files on receipts, on files on da 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 da. Part of our issue, because of our lack of forgiveness, because we want to, here it is, keep a record of wrongs. 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love doesn't envy. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. I heard somebody say the other day, forgiveness is not about keeping score. Forgiveness is about losing count. Woo! Let me say that twice because those are not. Forgiveness is not about keeping score. Forgiveness is about losing count. 70 times 7. Yeah. Forgiveness. Because if I don't forgive, I'll never live in the present. I'll always live in the past. You could feel angry. You can feel resentful towards something that happened in your past, or feel anxious about something that you have to do in the future. But here's what anger management skills help. they show you to focus in the future and in the present, to let go of the past. Matter of fact, here it is, to not just hold on to the past and not just to hold on to the future, but understand that all I have right now is now. All I have right now is now. Come on, family, type now. Type now. All I got right now is now. I can't undo the past. There's no undo button for the past. There's no delete button for the past. I can't undo, I can't redo the past. And I can't even worry about the future. All I have to do right now, I got to live in this present moment. Yeah, I can forgive you, and I can also move on from you too. No need of me keeping you close to me. And I'm just going to keep on bringing up your past. No, I can forgive you and move into a place of social distance. And I can move in the present and live in the present at the same time. Yeah. That's some serious skill. That's a delicate dance right there. And hold no animosity towards you. I want you to do good. I want you to live well. I want you to be happy. Just not with me. Woo. HTA, Hard Truth Alert. HTC, Hard Truth Conversation. Oh, yeah. Anger management. If you just joined us, we're talking about the danger of anger. How to get control of what's out of control. Family, it's not easy to calm down when you're angry. It's just not. Come on now. That person cut you off in traffic, and now you sitting on your horn. They flashed the bird at you. Maybe you flashed it back. Lord have mercy. And it wasn't the eagle. If you ain't part of the Eagles community, yeah, we talking about how to manage yourself, how to manage your anger. Yeah, relational intelligence, emotional intelligence. Doing that delicate dance. Purpose, promise, possibility, potential. Don't just soar size your dream, you soar size your team. Join us, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Drop a super conversation. We're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker, family. Not easy to learn how to calm down when you're angry. And here's the thing. You don't have self-mastery in the midst of the situation if you didn't have it previous. This is something that you have to practice. Well, I try to do it, but I just flew off the handle, and I said something, and I probably shouldn't have said it. And you know, if I hurt you, my bad. That ain't no apology. If I did, you know what you did. Come on, stand 10 toes down on it. Take accountability for it. If I don't practice in the midst of it, I'll never be able to perform. How you going to play in the game and execute in the game and you haven't even been practicing? We talking about practice? Yeah, Allen Iverson. We talking about practice? Yeah, we are. I got to practice the way that I want to perform. I can't let my feelings bubble over. I can't let my feelings stew over. I can't stew in anger. I got to harness the feeling of what it is that I'm experiencing in order so that I can be productive. What do I do when I'm feeling the heat of rage? I gave you some skills. Now I want to give you some strategies. Oh, we going full throttle. Full throttle. You got to get control of what's trying to get control of you. Talking about the danger of anger. The danger of anger. The danger of anger. How to get control of what's out of control. This is what I need to do. Family, just type think before you speak. Come on, next one. Think before you speak. Oh, woo-wee. Think before you speak. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to treat this like the movie Rush Hour and rush through this hour. No, I'm going to take some time with it. Chris Tucker said, can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Hopefully it's seasoned with salt. You got to think about your words before you say them. Thinking about your words before you say them helps you to resolve conflict in a healthy way. It helps you to resolve conflict in a respectful way. Your words are not a receipt. You can't just take it back whenever you feel like it, however you feel like it. No, words are not a receipt. And many of us, we don't have any filter in our mind between our mind and our mouth. We have not shortened the distance between our mind and our mouth. It's just this big. It's just this wide. And you say whatever you want to say whenever you feel like saying it. You have no emotional control. You just say whatever jumps in your mind first, and it just jumps out of your mouth. And you don't care who it latches on to and who it hurts and who it hits. Because you're not healed. And now you bleed on people who didn't cut you. Lord have mercy. God forbid you're going to talk to somebody crazy. And they're going to go oops upside your head. Come on. Folks are volatile out here. You can't just say what you want to say to whoever you want to say it whenever you want to say it. And not expect there to be a consequence as a result of it. Y'all don't like me, but it's true. It's tight, but it's going to be all right. Because generally what we say to other people, we can't handle ourselves. Oh, how you going to be so tough-skinned when you're talking to them, but you thin-skinned when they talking back to you? The math ain't mathing. I have to think about other people's feelings. I have to think about, am I respecting this particular person the right way? I have to think about my level of tone, because it's not just what I say, it's also how I say it. I got to think about how I prevent turning molehills into mountains. Here's what scripture says about this. Talking about thinking before you speak. Yeah, try Jesus. Don't try me. As the song said, because I throw hands. Lord, he done delivered me, though. He done delivered me. That's what the song said. I didn't say that. That's the song words, not my words. But let's go to the word. Scripture says, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak. Oh, it just don't stop there, though. Got to be quick to listen, slow to speak. 2 ears, 1 mouth, as grandmama told me, as my mama told me. Yeah, you got to listen twice more than you talk. Don't just stop there being slow to speak. I got to make sure that I'm not so quick in knee-jerk reaction to say whatever's coming to my head. Here's what it also says. Slow to anger, slow to wrath. Why? For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Righteousness, peace, love, joy is what I need to be flowing in. I need to be flowing in the fruits of the Spirit. Gentleness, meekness. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are worthy, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. And here's the thing. When I'm thinking on these things, anger cannot take up residence in my mind. Anger cannot become an emotional sniper. Anger cannot become a vision sniper. Anger cannot be that which moves me into a place of doing and saying something permanent and temporary situation. I got to be quick to hear. I got to be slow to speak. I got to be slow to anger. Because anger is just one letter away from danger. I got to do that. Family, is this helping somebody? Is this helping somebody? Here's what I also need to do. Family, just type step away. Step away. Step away from the action. I told you, Listen, when I faced that situation with the anger, when my blood was boiling, that's what I had to do. I had to step away. I had to walk away. If you feel like your anger is becoming uncontrollable, listen, let me call you back. Listen, let me talk about this another time. Listen, let's pick this up in about 24 hours. Listen, let me take some alone time. You need to walk away. The situation is becoming incensed. The situation is becoming enraged. Some of us are so emotional that we're not rational. And just because you're emotional doesn't mean that you are emotionally intelligent. You're just emotional. When the situation becomes too overwhelming, slow down. Take a step back. When I think of, in retrospect, why I was so angry at that time when the guy told me I thought you died, when I really think about why I was angry, it was because so many people gave up on me, and he was the one to tell me verbally. Are you hearing me? I got triggered because I thought about so many people who gave up on me, and I was almost one of the ones who did as well. See, family, when you take a step back, when you analyze, we only see life from the dance floor when in many cases you need to go to the top floor. You need to go to the balcony. You need to look at life from a different lens. You need to see it from a different angle. Why? Because when you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. Got to shift my perspective and my perception. I got to step away. Nothing wrong with that. Don't make you a wimp. Don't make you a simp. Don't make you weak. Don't make you soft. Don't make you some little girl. Don't make you some little boy. Makes you a grown man, a real man. Makes you a real woman, a serious woman. Let them be big mad. Oh, you mad. Yeah. Like pliers. But listen, I took the pliers and detached myself. I got to do some deep breathing. I got to take some time for mentally examining how I feel. Thinking about what my next move is. Thinking about why it is that it made me angry. Because I'm not running away from you, and I'm not running away from the emotion too. But I'm going to pause. I'm going to ponder. I'm going to pray. And the anger will subside. Family, just type relax. Next, type relax. You just need to relax. You so uptight, and it ain't right. You so uptight, and you don't feel right. Come on, calmness. Peace. I don't know if you got to listen to some music. I don't know if you got to go work out. I don't know if you got to go take a walk. I don't know if you need to take some time to do some reading. I don't know if you need to go ahead and get a massage. I don't know if you need to take yourself out. I don't even know if you need to go on a staycation or a vacation. But you got to manage your anger. You got to get control over what's trying to get control over you. Because rest and relaxation reduces stress and anger considerably. Maybe you just need to take a nap. Maybe you're angry because you didn't get enough rest last night. Well, I didn't have my coffee. See? I don't do no coffee over here. For your coffee drinkers, y'all whole different breed. You're going to pray for your coffee drinkers. I don't know if you want black, if you want sugar, if you want cream in it. I don't know. I don't know if you want your Starbucks or if you wanted, your Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if you wanted your Tim Hortons. I don't know. Y'all can all be a sponsor of the show, though. Next, type this. Identify your triggers. We mix it up over here on In the Mix. If you're not a member of In the Mix, go ahead. Get you a badge. Secure a badge. Become a partner with us. VIP Royalty OQP. Yup, with VIP Royalty OQP. Yeah, you know me. Now you show me. Tap the join now button. Tap the join button on the channel. Become a partner. And I'm giving you access to our Connor's Corner content. Exclusive, members only, access. You got to identify what triggers you. I really want you to ask yourself this question. What really makes me angry? This is what we generally ask. What's your pet peeve? No. Let's go even deeper. What really makes you angry? Because a pet peeve for somebody could just be, they chewing their gum real loud. They smack when they eat, but that don't really make you angry. That don't really make you angry. Somebody who just talks real loud, that don't really make you angry. What really makes you angry? When you're in a relationship with somebody, before you jump into a relationship with somebody, before you jump the broom with somebody, you need to be asking them, what makes you angry? Oh, we don't ask that question. You don't even ask them what their bad habits are. You sure enough don't ask them what makes them angry. And I want you to ask somebody what makes them angry and look at the reaction. Generally, most people don't even know. They're going to stumble over that one. That's a good question. And see what it is. Because to you, it may be real banal. To you, it may be, why is that making you angry? Anger is not based upon how you feel about it. It's based upon how they internalize it. Do you have the grace to handle the disposition of others? I can't believe they was using all these types of words with me, and it wasn't bless. It was a lot of cursing. They was cussing and cursing me out. You're surprised? Watch as well as pray. What makes you angry? For some people, listen, you saw their anger when they broke their favorite mug. You saw their anger when it didn't go right with the waiter or the waitress, and now they got real rude and nasty and mean and surly with them. But what's the real meaning behind it? Why are you triggered? Why did you go off on them? What is the source of your anger? Why are you trying to avoid the anger? Are you going to confront it? Whether it's a toxic coworker, whether it's a person who frustrates you. Are you going to take deep breaths? Are you going to limit your interactions to stop the reaction? Sometimes you have to limit your interactions to protect your peace. Family, just type protect your peace. Protect your peace. Stop entertaining who and what triggers you. Protect your peace. Stop giving everybody a piece of your mind. Only be left with just a piece of your mind, but no peace of mind. Coming around the mountain, here I come. Family, just type LOL. Type LOL. LOL. Sometimes you got to laugh out loud for all the times that you've been crying inside. Why? Because even scripture says that laughter is medicine. You got to inject some humor into your life. Sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying. When was the last time you really laughed? I'm talking about laughing from, you was laughing from your feet, not just from your belly. Yeah, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. But no, I'm talking about you really getting a deep old laugh in. Put on some comedy. Laugh in the face of the enemy. Why? Because humor is a great way to relieve the tension. Great way to relieve the stress. Why are you drinking yourself over it? Why are you drowning yourself in sorrow and sadness? Rather than staying angry, find a positive outlook and laugh at your mistake. Laugh at the situation. laugh at the fact that, boy, you almost went there. Woo-wee, you almost did it. They tried you, didn't they? They tried to try you. I'ma laugh at this one. They acting real ugly. Just laugh. You have a blessed day now. Lord have mercy. Read the room. Sometimes the joke is not the time for it. Sometimes you have to laugh and joke, not necessarily in the public space, but in the private space. You have to read the situation. Got to be mindful of when I got to do when I need to choose a technique, when I need to shift into a different technique. But I just need to make sure that I'm managing my anger. I got to get control of what's out of control. Last but not least, family, and I've given you a plethora of strategies. Not that anger, you won't ever feel it. But here's what you'll do. You'll know how to deal with it. I can feel it and deal with it proactively and productively and responsibly. Last but not least, type this, family. Pray, don't pray. Yeah. Pray, don't prey. Pray, don't pray. It is not your responsibility to get vengeance. It is not your responsibility to get other folks back. It is not your responsibility to be ticky-tack and to render evil for evil. An eye for an eye makes everybody blind. Here's what I have to do. I have to have eyes of faith. I have to have my eyes on the prize. I got to be pressing toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. Stop trying to do God's job. You can't do God's job better than He can. He said, vengeance is mine. I, not you, will repay. I know they talk to you crazy. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's what the meme said. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. You over here plotting and scheming and planning. Come on, you doing too much. Let God work it out. Take your hands off it. Let Him handle it. Praying and not preying on somebody is resourceful for you. Is you becoming a resource to yourself. Is you saying, God is my source. I'm going to have all the resources. It is me pushing to another level. Pray until something happens. Yeah, that's push. Pray until something happens. Push. Praise until something happens. Push. Prepare until something happens. Push. Feel it and push past it. Feel it. Think about it. Manage it. Overcome it. Because you are not created to be a thermometer. You were created to be a thermostat. A thermometer only reflects, but a thermostat sets. A thermometer is reactive. A thermostat is responsive. Stop trying to be so reactive and start being proactive. That's what you got to do. You got to start being proactive. Proactive with my emotions. Proactive in my emotional intelligence. Not being reactive to anger. Not being a person who was just in a place of knee-jerk reaction. I understand that anger is just one letter away from danger. And I'm going to get control over what oftentimes is out of control. You got to get control over, in many cases, what's trying to get control over you. The people, the places, the situations, the challenges. Get control so that you don't live your life out of control. Come on. You said God is in control. But guess what? God has also given you power to control you, to control your mind, to control your will, to control your emotions. Here it is, to control your mouth. Stop letting your mouth talk you out of your next level. Stop letting your mouth cancel out your miracle. If you could get your words in order, your world will shift from out of control to order. Come on, family. Family, just type freedom, type freedom, type freedom. Freedom from control, freedom from anxiety, freedom from anger, freedom from strife, freedom from bitterness, freedom from a lack of forgiveness. Freedom. You will not control me. You will not dominate me. I'm not going to even dominate a person. I was created to dominate my purpose. I got a purpose to fulfill because God has shown me the purpose that needs to be revealed. Family, I want you to sow into the word that you've heard. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. We've been having a courageous conversation about anger. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to deal with it, but it's going to deal with you. If you don't deal with it, it's going to deal with you. If you don't control it, it's going to control you. You putting your hands on other people. You hitting and you hurting people. Not over here. Get far away from that. Look at the signs. Heed the warning. Because warning comes before destruction. Pride goeth before destruction. A haughty spirit before a fall. I want you to sow via super chat. I want you to sow via super sticker. Cain slew his brother Abel in Genesis, the first murder that was ever committed. And here it is. It came from anger and jealousy. God asked Cain, why are you so wroth? AKA, why are you so angry? You're jealous of your brother. He's bringing his first fruits. I would honor your sacrifice the same way I honored his if you would do what you were supposed to do. And because of it, the jealousy and the anger and the premeditated murder, he committed it in his mind before he ever committed it with his actions. He murdered his brother. Interesting. God said the blood of your brother still speaks from the ground. Due to the anger of what it is, so many of our brothers and sisters have been slain. And you say, well, I never killed anybody. Yeah, you may not have done it with a gun, but you have done it with your tongue. Sometimes the words that we say to other people, it kills their confidence. It kills their self-esteem. It kills their mental health. But I'm challenging you to speak life over your own life and to speak life over somebody else's life too. I want you to sow into this conversation. I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. This word that challenges you. This word that shifts you. This word that in many cases makes you uncomfortable. But that's where growth takes place. When it's most uncomfortable, it's where we grow to another dimension and another level. I want you to name your seed as you're sowing your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed anger management. Maybe you're naming your seed healing. Maybe you're naming your seed freedom. I don't know what you're naming your seed, but I want to come in agreement with you that God will do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. You can sow electronically as well. Yes, super chat, super sticker into this super conversation. The link is in the chat. The link is in the description for how to give, for where to give. Link is in the chat of this conversation. Link is in the description of this video for how to give, where to give. You can also sow via electronically. Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail as well. And I'm thanking you in advance for sowing, for being a partner, an in the mix partner, to broaden our broadcast, to expand our reach, to help us go where we've never gone before, to do what we've never done before, to make our program bigger, better, and brighter. And I want to thank you for doing that. I want to thank you for the seeds that you've sown. And I see you in the future. You sure do look better than you are right now. And you look good, but you look even better because you've grown to another dimension. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, hit the subscribe button as well. Subscribe to our channel. Channel for Change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. I want you to also become a partner with us in the ultimate way, ultimate partnership with us by becoming a member of our Eagles community. The impassioned way of how I teach. This is just a snapshot of what it is that I give you in our Eagles community. The strategies, the structure, the solutions, and the systems to take your vision to another dimension. I want you to soar with us into greater success and purpose. And you can do that just such a very small nominal rate. And by you making an investment in yourself. I want to take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. I want to coach you. I want to empower you. I want to mentor you. I want to develop your purpose. I want to show you how to discover, develop, and deploy your greatness. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you'll be transformed by soaring with us into greater success and purpose. Come on, family, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. EAGLES stands for, is my acronym, Empowered Authentically Gifted Leaders Envisioning Success. Oh, yes. You can also partner with us by getting a badge, getting access to our Connor's Corner content, VIP, royalty, OQP. You can get a badge by joining us and hitting the join button and partnering with us. Not only are you a subscriber, not only are you just a supporter, but you are considered a partner. So I want to thank you in advance for that. Family in the mix. Whew, we're out of time. I hope you're not mad about it. I hope you're not angry about it. I'll be back. In the mix is out of time, but y'all know I'm not out of truth. So I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. Family, go back and check out all of the shows. We got hours and hours and hours and hours worth of content on our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. You owe it to you to invest in you and become a part of our Eagles community. It's only for $24.99. That's a steal of a deal for all the value that you get. We've undercharged, but I over-deliver. So I do want you to make sure that you go and check out all of our content. I got more shows than Netflix. Add me to your playlist in your home and on your phone, when you're driving, whatever. Keep listening. And of course, I hope you're subscribing. I want to give a sincere salute to all of our watchers and viewers in our sister satellite stations on social media. Sincere salute to you. Yes, yes, yes. But I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way. What way am I talking about? By friending me, by following me right now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. Come on, family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate. Please reach out to me. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, who's going to give you some TNT, some truth and transformation, look no further. I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your event, your college, your session, whatever's clever. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. It would be an honor for me to empower you. Yes, it sure would be. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, and I mean that, from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother gotta run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.